My name is Alicia and I want to show you how I created this pegboard charging station to organize all of your content creation gear. Today we're tackling something every content creator struggles with: gear and accessories everywhere. If your space looks like a tech store exploded, or it's hard to find what you need when it's time to charge your devices or create social media content, I want to show you how I organize my accessories using this pegboard charging station. So we're building something cool today, a compact and stylish station where you can charge your batteries, store your cables, and have all of your filming gear neatly arranged and easy to grab when it's time to record. I grabbed this pegboard from Ikea's Scadis line, but if you don't have an Ikea in your area, you can pick a pegboard up from most places that sell home goods or hardware. But I really like this one because it's easy to install and it comes with some nice add-ons for custom organization. First things first, I mounted the metal plate to my wall and I skipped hunting for studs since my gear isn't super heavy, and I just went with drywall anchors. So make sure you grab a level to keep everything straight. And if you want to store a lot of gear on the wall, you'll need one or more of these boards. I'm aiming for a setup that's not just functional, but also a little bit stylish. So I painted the white screws they came with pink to better fit the color vibes of my content studio. Over the years, I've picked up a lot of random gear. Before you start, think about what you use most and grab those accessories. Seeing everything you have laid out helps you avoid buying doubles or things you may not need. Okay, so before I start securing everything to the pegboard, I like to lay out all of my gear. This way I can see where each piece should go and how to organize everything best. It's crucial to keep this step first so every piece of gear you have fits. Plus, it helps you figure out if you need different cable lengths. For instance, most of the devices come with long cables, but sometimes, and for this setup, 6-inch ones like these are all you need to keep everything really neat and tidy. I've got these USB charging plugs as well. So not all my devices came with these outlet plugs, and I don't have many USB ports in this setup to begin with, so these bricks are really essential for filling up the outlets and keeping my gear powered. All right, so the main power supply gets secured first, and I'm going to do that using Velcro tape. I'm sticking the tape on the back of the power strip and I'm just going to attach it firmly to the board. This and the power strip are the main items that I'll adhere this way, while a lot of the others may be twisty ties. And I like to cut the Velcro tape into smaller pieces so it's easy to remove things if I need to in the future. Now moving to the top of the board, I'm going to set up my lighting batteries or my lighting station here. These are for my Neewer LED light panel. I use black zip ties to secure the cords tightly, making sure everything is tidy and out of the way, tucked in behind the panel. Next, I'm going to plug in a basic power bank. It's primarily for when I travel, so keeping it here means I won't forget it when I'm grabbing other smaller cameras or recording gear. Besides that, I just have my iPad mini, which is mainly for reading off notes or scripts for videos. I use it for checking my calendar or timing my tasks using the app. And I just rested on these hooks. They're the Scadis hooks that come with, or that you can purchase with this pegboard. And these are really easy to twist on and off the board. So if you need to move things around, you can, and you can hang things from them, but the iPad is just gonna rest nicely on that. You can also buy these J hooks, which are really easy to pop on, and this is where I'm going to rest my Sony vlogging camera. I wouldn't secure this down with zip ties or anything semi-permanent like Velcro tape because it's a grab and go item that I need readily available when I shoot, and I use it quite often. There are actually a couple of different ways that you can secure all of this gear to your board. So for securing some of the smaller items, I use a combination of these bungee cables from Ikea, which I really love. They fit right into the peg holes and they stretch really tightly to accommodate different types of objects. And over the years, I've also collected various twisty ties from cables or gear purchases. You can find huge packs of these at Amazon or your local hardware store. I also use these cool reusable ties that secure magnetically. They're really great because they wrap around your cables. They stretch and wrap around and hold tightly with a strong magnetic grip. And depending on how heavy the accessory is, I'll decide which type of tie to use. So down at the bottom of the pegboard, this is where I'm going to have all of my GoPro cameras and their batteries. And these are just older models, but they're still great for POV shots and videos, and they're really handy for travel. I'm going to use those magnetic twisty ties to secure them temporarily, as they're strong enough to hold them in place. And for the battery cords, I'll use black ties that came with the cables. I'm just going to thread that through the back of the pegboard to keep the cable from moving around. Next, I'm going to secure my camera battery charger with Velcro tape. This tape is actually quite strong. It's not too strong, but since the battery packs are small, it holds them well. Alternatively, Velcro zip ties could be used for extra security if you feel like you need something temporary, but that's also strong. Then I secure my selfie stick, or this is really a selfie grip. I do it using bungee cords from Ikea's Scatus line. This selfie grip just screws into my vlogging camera. It's handy to have it easily accessible for filming specific types of vlogging content. So moving to the right section of the board, this is where my microphone station is going to be set up. I have a few different types of lavalier microphones for my smartphone and for my DSLR cameras. These are really great for shooting longer form videos, and I use the smaller wireless mics for short form videos. The lavalier mics are made to clip onto your shirt, so I use their clips to attach them to the bungee cable, making them really quick to grab when needed. For these cell phone charging wireless mics, I can plug them into any USB port that's nearby. I use the Scatus tray to hold all my microphone accessories, those additional cables, receivers, and even the windscreens that come with the mics. This tray also serves as a charging port for my smartphone when I'm working. So I also have these Comica wireless lavalier mics, and they're clipped onto a horizontal bungee cord with the receiver for my vlogging camera. These clips are really great. They hang there and they kind of just sit there and charge when needed, and I can easily remove them when it's time to film. And the tray underneath is just going to hold all of those accessories for the mics. In the main power surge, I add my camera battery charger for my Canon and my Nikon. These chargers plug directly into the outlet without a cable, which I like because it means I can pop the batteries in to recharge as soon as I'm done filming a video. And depending on the size of your battery chargers and how many camera batteries you have, you might need a longer or a wider power bank to accommodate them all. So now the cable for the main power source for all of this equipment is oriented to the left, as my outlet is lower to the floor on that side. So if you're setting up something similar, make sure you orient your power surge correctly before you secure it to the pegboard. I'll secure the cable to the side of the pegboard with a twisty tie. And if you have a larger charging station, you might need to route the cord up and back down the back of the board before you plug it in. So ideally you remove all this gear before hanging the board, but since mine is pretty compact, it was fine to install it fully decked out and fully equipped. I'm now screwing back in the pink fasteners that I painted earlier, making sure everything is nice and level. Setting this up took me about an hour, but it could be more or less for you depending on how much gear you're trying to organize. But I love it because it keeps your cables untangled, your batteries charged, and your gear within arm's reach. And there you have it, a neat organized space that not only saves you time, but also makes your content creation process smoother and more consistent. Keeping your gear organized can really help you maintain focus and creativity, and it really allows me to produce better content more efficiently. If you want to know what I use and the links to purchase some of this gear yourself, just look to the description. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like and subscribe for more content tips for creators.